Hi, everybody. That's Allie.
And that is Dash,
Welcome to our playdate.
where we choose a game, sometimes make up our own rules, and play for a while.
Enjoy listening and playing along.
Or don't. We can't hear you. It's a podcast. Oh, I want to add side character massage student Pat to my top 10 Bob's Burger side characters list.
Side. Oh, the massage student, the one who goes to like. Oh yes, because that's in the Amelia episode. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna need an extra time." And Bob's like, "For the same price?" And he's like, "Of course. I'm gonna learn so much." And you know who did the voice?
Who?
Paul Reubens.
What?
I know, mind blown, obsessed. May he rest. And with that, little ghosties,
hi.
that was our prayer to Paul Reubens.
Yeah.
I hope that you're all okay.
Man, he was another institution of our childhood.
Have you seen? Oh man, I forgot that. I think it's called Trivia Lady.
No.
It's Sandra Oh and Awkwafina in the movie.
Okay.
And Awkwafina's like obsessed with a Jeopardy-like show and ends up like it's a comedy and like she auditions and ends up getting on it. Anyway, you get to bring somebody with you, and she brings this woman with her who is obsessed with Downton Abbey, in particular the character that Alan Cumming plays. And there's a very funny reveal in the movie where she's like, I would know if it wasn't Alan Cumming. I would know. He's my favorite. I love him. And spoiler alert, just hop 15 seconds ahead if you don't want the spoiler. And Paul Reubens shows up and she's like, "Oh my God, it's you. It's really you." And so she thinks Alan Cumming is Paul Reubens.
But it's Paul Reubens playing Paul Reubens.
It's Paul Reubens playing Paul Reubens.
Right, not Paul Reubens playing Alan Cumming.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Correct. Yeah. It's so funny.
Do you remember, did you watch all of Kimmy Schmidt?
Yes.
There was an episode where Paul Reubens plays like this random duke of some town. Yes.
And he has a tiny arm.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like he can't laugh correctly. He has no volume control.
And he like wants to marry her or something.
She wants to marry him so that she can become a duchess.
He's like looking for a wife.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Oh, and
he's in a couple episodes, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh
yeah. I just remember that they were not prepared for how much he was going to go into that character. Like when he showed up.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay. All right, Allie. I'm going to go because you went first last time.
Well, hey, little ghosties.
Oh, hey. I thought we did that part already. Hi, little ghosties.
We didn't say hi to the ghosties.
No,
I don't think we did. And today we're playing movie trivia. We have played this previously on the pod. This is our 11th season where we are doing all movie and TV themed games.
Yeah.
So Dash is going to read me a trivia question and I'm going to see if I can answer it.
Yeah, here we go.
So I think last time we did it, if I can answer it without the guesses,
you get 2 points.
It's 2 points that we're not going to keep track of.
That we're not going to keep,
And
and if you need the choices, it's just 1 point.
And if I don't get it, I don't get it.
All right, Allie.
Yes.
Who directed Jaws 1975?
Steven Spielberg.
Correct, without looking at the answers.
Yay.
Very well done. Go ahead.
I haven't seen Jaws since I was a kid, which seems like a weird sentence because you shouldn't see Jaws when you're a kid.
Correct. I watch it every 4th of July. It's one of my 4th of July movies.
Oh, solid.
Yeah. It's like The
It was
Sandlot.
in the running for this 4th of July.
Right. It was The Sandlot, Jaws, what was the other thing? We watched Independence Day.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And we watched a third one, didn't
National
we?
Treasure.
National Treasure.
Yeah.
So National Treasure beat out Jaws.
Also, we tried to watch Jaws recently, and it wasn't on any streaming services that we had access to. So that was another sort of factor in the decision.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Which Disney villain turns into a dragon?
That would be Maleficent.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Just invite her to the party, you guys. Like, it's so petty. You literally invited everyone else in the whole kingdom, and you were like, no, not Mel. Why? What did she do to you?
Yeah, that was just rude.
It's super rude, you guys.
Imagine if you would have invited her to the party and she just would have come in, had a few hors d'oeuvres,
She's
some
like,
crab
hey,
cakes.
I bought a present for the baby. It's chill.
Yeah, right. Instead, no. Now you have to live in fear. Aurora?
Aurora is the baby.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the first solo female host of the Oscars?
Oh, wow. What a great question.
Yeah.
Solo female
Who's
host
the first
of the
solo
Oscars?
female host of the Oscars? I'm looking for a year because there's an option on here that if this came out before that, that would have been very prescient of them.
I want to say Tina Fey, but Tina and Amy hosted
together, right?
Together.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if either one of them hosted separately before that, and I don't think they did.
Do you want the options?
Yes, I would like the options.
A, Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, that was
B,
in my head.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
Or C, Ellen DeGeneres.
I think it was Ellen, because I think people were mad about it.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It was Whoopi Goldberg.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay, Whoopi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoopi was real big in like the late 80s.
No, I mean
90s.
she's fantastic.
She's great.
Hello, Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Guinan in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah. One of my Little League teammates was in a movie with Whoopi Goldberg. I think it was called Boys Don't Cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore's in that movie too.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. But... All right, well, I missed out on that. What is the address Nemo is taken to in Finding Nemo?
Oh, P. Sherman, 42 P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Lane. Wait. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Nailed it.
Just keep swimming.
You got there eventually. You're like, P. Sherman, 40
I
Wallaby.
I remember the P. Sherman, the Wallaby, and the 42, but I couldn't remember what order they went in. I think everybody of my generation has that burned into their brain.
I wouldn't have gotten it.
No?
No, I wouldn't have gotten it. You say it, and of course I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love Finding Nemo, though.
Fun fact, Finding Nemo, I never saw in theaters, just like I never watched a Harry Potter movie in theaters. But, oh, no, wait, lies. I did watch a Harry Potter movie in theaters, but I didn't care for it when I saw it in theaters.
I didn't care for it.
The marketing for the DVD got me to eventually buy it on home video release. So Finding Nemo and Harry Potter were two movies that I had no interest in purchasing, but like the way it was displayed in the store and the cover arts were so cool that I was like, man, I kind of want these movies.
Marketing works.
Yeah, marketing works.
I mean, yeah, Finding Nemo's great. Like, just as like a moral of the story, as like a piece of art, I love it. I love Finding Nemo. I love his special fin. It brings me joy to think about. But yeah, I think I saw most of it. I think I saw all the Harry Potters in theaters.
Yeah.
One of them, actually, the fifth one, I saw in London.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes place in London. And the day before it came out, I had been on the bridge that like explodes in the movie.
Oh, wow.
So there's like a bridge. I don't remember the name of the bridge. It's a bridge in London. The day before I had been on that bridge.
Yeah.
And then I watched the movie in the theater in London. And I was like, this is the coolest. It was a really cool experience.
Wow, that's very cool. Yeah.
It was cool.
That's like being on the Golden Gate Bridge the day before you watch a Godzilla movie where they destroy the bridge.
Yeah.
Allie.
Yes.
What was the first U.S. film to show a toilet flushing? What was the first U.S. film? Psycho, yeah.
I feel like we had this before.
Maybe. This was a very interesting piece of trivia.
Yes. Yeah. And it's either we had this question before or I somehow was just like, that's a weird thing to think about a movie. Yeah. Like, why was there no toilet flushing before?
Well, because what reason would you have to flush a toilet in a movie? Do you know what the first instance of a toilet flushing on television was from?
Wait, okay. Is it like we're looking at a toilet bowl?
I feel like Psycho was the first time.
Or is it like the sound? Because I feel like the sound you could use a lot.
Right.
Like I feel like the sound has comedic
effect to it, yeah.
Right.
Married with Children was the first time it was on TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Uh-huh.
I didn't watch that show. Dash, true or false? Chris Pratt played Captain America in the Avengers.
That is false. Come on. Okay, give me another card. That one doesn't count. Come on. It was the other Chris.
One of the other
One Chris's. Of the other Chris. There's so many Chris's.
You won't know this one. What is the name of Channing Tatum's character in She's the Man?
Oh, come on. We went from one super easy answer to a really hard one.
You did this to yourself.
I did.
You asked for this.
Channing Tatum. Was he the main love interest or was he just like a jock? Do you remember?
Both.
Okay. What are the three choices?
Sebastian, Duke, Justin.
Duke.
You're right.
Yes. You know how I figured that out?
Because he was playing like Duke Orsino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the
character
guy
in Midsummer's Dream?
No, I think She's the Man is the Tempest.
The Tempest, yeah.
And Duke Orsino is in the Tempest.
Right, yeah.
I think it's the Tempest.
The Tempest, yeah. Right,
is
because
it the Tempest?
Well, because
or is it 12th Night? Sorry, it's 12th Night.
12th Night?
Yes, sorry.
Because 10 Things I Hate About You is Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah, no, it's 12th Night.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And one of them has a Duke Orsino. There's a couple plays where ladies dressed up as guys, but it was guys who were playing ladies dressed up as guys. It was a lot. It was a whole lot.
Right, because women weren't allowed to act.
Right, because
so it was men dressed up as ladies.
God forbid a woman be on the stage.
Well, Allie, they're frail.
Yes, who knows what would happen? So we have to put a man on the stage and all the female parts, but then the female in the play is dressing up as a man.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons. So then it was like a guy playing a woman who's playing a guy.
Their frail constitutions. Yeah. Okay, Allie.
Yes.
What song from the animated 1994 movie The Lion King won an Oscar? Which song?
It was either Can You Feel the Love Tonight or it was The Circle of Life.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Yes, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Yeah.
Can you feel?
I have like a vision of
the love
Elton John singing that. That's my favorite Oscar that they give out. I'm going to be honest.
Really? The musical from a movie?
A little concert.
That's true. And you get it throughout the night. So like all the best music.
Yeah, they play the song for you. Mm-hmm. They play the song for you.
That's very cool, actually. Yeah.
They're like, hey, which one of those songs did you like? Guess what? You don't get to pick. We already picked it. Bye.
Like we knew who was going to win.
We already knew.
We made them all come out here anyway.
We're playing with your emotions, guys and gals and non-binary pals.
Yep.
I haven't watched the Oscars in years. I used to watch them.
I'm so tired of them. At this point, I'll just watch the gif of when Will Smith slaps somebody and I'm good.
Right. I feel like I just go on the internet afterwards and I read the memes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I like process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much everything these days. I'm like, oh, an important thing in history happened.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see 5 memes about it. I see the 5 memes. I'm like, okay, I got it.
There are so many awards they should be giving out and don't. For example, best opening sequence. The James Bond movie opening sequences are incredible. The Deadpool 2 opening sequence, unbelievable. Deadpool 3 opening sequence was phenomenal.
How many Deadpools are there?
3.
So this Deadpool Wolverine is 3.
I cannot listen. No spoilers for those of you who haven't seen it. But the opening sequence and opening credits to Deadpool versus Wolverine, I had to stop eating my Swedish fish because I was choking on them from laughing so hard.
Your Scandinavian swimmers?
My Scandinavian swimmer.
The Trader Joe's version? That sounds less like candy than Swedish fish.
Yeah. When I say I was laughing at a movie choking on my Swedish swimmers, that sounds very weird.
Your Scandinavian swimmers.
Sorry, Scandinavian swimmers. No, that opening sequence was so funny. Another thing is Andy Serkis was not available to be nominated for an Oscar for his performance in Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, or Rise of one of the Planet of the Apes. Because by rule, you have to be on screen in order to be nominated for Best Actor. But his performance as Caesar in Planet of the Apes is probably better than most humans acting on camera. It
okay,
was
but his portrayal
unreal.
of Gollum also.
Yeah, he was supposed to be up for best supporting actor, and they said no because he had to be on screen, which is ridiculous.
Right, but I think they have to make lines between animated and a non-animated. That might be why that line exists, right? Because if you're not on screen but you do a voice, then that's voice acting, and that's a different thing.
But he's doing the motion capture and everything. All they're doing is erasing him and putting in a monkey.
Right.
I'm sorry, ape. But he's on there with the little arm stilts doing the actions and movements and emoting with his face, and they're just mapping that. That's still his performance.
He knew what he was about.
Yeah.
He knows what
it's just a shame. It's because he's such a good actor, man. And they just...
What did I see him in? Black Panther?
Yes.
And I always forget.
He was Claw in Black Panther, yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Count Dooku is a character from what movie?
That is, Count Dooku is a character from the Star Wars prequels.
What's the name of that Star Wars?
So he first makes an appearance, I believe, in the second Star Wars, in the episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, it was weird, his appearance.
Dooku is what we call our cat's poops in my house. So it's funny that there's a Count Dooku.
True or false? Mary Poppins, 1964, was the first Hollywood movie to have a swear word in it.
What's a swear word? Ass?
True or false? Mary Poppins, 1964, was the first Hollywood movie to have a swear word in it.
Sure. Why not?
True?
Yeah.
False.
Really?
Did not. Yeah. I don't know. I wanted
her to just be like ass.
Yeah, right? Like just a simple, like a tuchus.
Yeah. I wanted it to be true.
Yeah. Remember George Carlin's
wholesome.
10 words you'll never hear on television, and now there's only like 2 left that haven't been said.
And also, depending on the streaming service that you're watching, some of them just you can say all of them.
Yeah.
Let them all out. Yeah. It's funny, I'm streaming, I found all the episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't realize that all of them were there. So I started with the most recent one. And it was just totally like, you can say whatever you want. I don't remember the network that originally aired on, but whatever you want.
Sure.
And then I went back to like 5 seasons before that, and they're like beeping stuff out, and I was like, interesting. That's so interesting. So funny. Also, that's the second time Mary Poppins has come up.
Yeah,
the spirit of Julie Andrews is watching us. She's alive, but she's
her spirit
in
is
our
watching
hearts.
Us. Yeah,
she's in our hearts. What does the Little Mermaid call forks in her collection?
Dingle hoppers.
Yes.
I don't know why I had that so fresh
You're
in my mind.
You're really doing very well.
Yeah.
I have 6 points.
I don't know how many I have. I don't think I've asked for the choices. Oh, no, I did in the She's All That question. What is the highest grossing movie of all time as of 2022? Which is, I'm guessing, when this came out.
I don't know what highest grossing means. Are we adjusting for inflation?
It doesn't say.
Like, what are we doing?
Right. I will give you a hint. They are all post the 1990 movies. All the choices.
Give me the choices.
All right. The choices are A, Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
B, Titanic.
Okay.
Or C, Avatar. Highest grossing movie of all time as of 2022.
Only one of which is an actually good movie.
What? We're discussing this.
Okay. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So I know it was Titanic at one point. But obviously that was way before Avengers.
Or
Endgame.
Avatar.
And way before Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar and Titanic are both James Cameron. So I'm going to say Avengers.
Avatar.
Gross.
As of 2022. I'm sure that in the last 2 years, Avengers Endgame has gone on to surpass it, I think.
That's the thing. I don't know what that really means. Like, is that gross ticket sales? Is that money made? So, like, taking out the cost of what it was. Like, let's say a movie cost you 20 million to make and it made 60 million. Right. Then you really only made 40 million.
Well, doesn't gross mean not adjusting for...
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Because there's net and gross.
It means.
I'm not an accountant, and you shouldn't be expecting me to be.
Stop asking me about numbers. But also, are we adjusting for inflation? Is it just straight up ticket sales? Is it also merch? Because only 2 of those, I think, have merch.
Mm. No, you don't get that one. That's the discard pile.
Like, is merch into it? I don't know. I don't know how those numbers are created.
Oh, that's true.
And I disagree with the question.
It doesn't say. All right, let me ask you another one then, because you're right. It's not fair. It's not taking into account merchandises or licensing.
Also, the only good movie there was Avengers Endgame.
McDonald's toys. I've said this about Titanic a few times recently, which is that movie was on 2 VHSs. Yes. In the theaters, it had an intermission.
Yes.
Right? That means it was long. Mm-hmm. Right? Why can I only remember like 15 minutes worth of the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, why was it 3.5 hours long or whatever?
There's like
there's
a ball,
only like 15 minutes
there's
worth
a ball,
of the movie.
There's a hand in a car. There's Jack, I'll never let go.
Pay me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, there's an old lady with a necklace. There's pay me like one of your French girls. Mm-hmm. What's his face? Billy
Zane.
Billy Zane is mean. He's mean. Kathy Bates shows up. And you're like, oh, Kathy Bates. And then it's over.
That's right. Kathy Bates was in it. Wow.
And then Britney Spears dives down to the ocean and picks up the necklace and treated us all correctly.
Yeah. In Aladdin, 1992.
Yes.
What kind of pet does Jasmine have?
She has a tiger.
She has a tiger.
Named Raja.
Very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which means orange.
Does it?
No, it doesn't. I was just making that up.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think it means that.
One more you, one more me.
Okay.
That should round it out nicely.
What jazz instrument does Ron Burgundy play?
I don't remember. I feel like he's the type of guy who would play like the stand-up bass. But go ahead. What are my options?
The jazz saxophone, the jazz clarinet, the jazz flute.
Oh, okay. So it's not jazz saxophone because I feel like that's not ridiculous enough for Will Ferrell. Jazz flute or jazz.
Also, jazz saxophone is fully giving Ron Swanson.
Yeah, a little bit of Ron Swanson.
What was his name? Jackie?
No. Oh, I just saw this. Duke Silver.
Duke Silver.
Yeah. Prepare to get all up in my jazz. Oh, Duke Silver.
Oh, so good.
I'm going to say whatever the second option was.
The jazz clarinet?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it was the jazz flute.
The jazz flute.
Yeah, I was one of the two.
That's the funniest.
Right. That's Will Ferrell. What would be funnier than an actual like jazz instrument?
The only thing that would be funnier is a jazz piccolo.
Right. Or jazz recorder.
Which he probably tried to play, and it's very small and very screechy. And they were like, no.
Allie, one of your favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to give you the 3 choices.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what the question is.
Oh, wow. The
Ready?
Jeopardy style. Okay.
Yeah. A, Shoeless Joe Jackson. B, Lou Gehrig. Or C, Babe Ruth.
And
the answer is Babe Ruth.
Who signed the baseball that got thrown over the fence in the Sandlot?
Correct. That is the question. Yeah. Very well done. Very well done. I think we got to end it on that one because that was well done on your part.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Baby Ruthie? That wimpy deer?
You keep saying her name. Who is she? Oh, such a classic movie.
Man.
Such
and the mom
classic
from Indiana
movie.
Jones, or sorry, the woman from Indiana Jones is the mom
Marion
in that movie.
Ravenwood, yeah.
Dennis Leary is in that movie.
Leary's in the movie, and yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
Big old gorilla dog.
Hercules. James Earl Jones in his absolute best.
So you're the one's been making all that ruckus back here.
All that racket. High, fast one, and pow. Lights went out.
pitchers used to hate it when I did that. Oh,
I used to crowd the plate so much that the strike zone almost disappeared.
Oh, I love him.
Pitchers hate that.
Oh, God, let me tell you something. That movie was good, but when James Earl Jones came on screen, it was like, it was magic. It really was.
He devoured it.
Yeah.
Like, he's in the movie for, I think, all of about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And they are the most exquisite 4 minutes. Can I tell you? Okay, so we recently watched There's a Reading Rainbow documentary. It is the most wholesome, pure documentary on the internet. It was everything. And they talk about, like, at a certain point in the show, they were like, okay, we're going to get celebrities to come on and read stories.
Oh, yeah.
And that way, you know, the parents will know who these people are. They'll get promotion, all this sort of stuff. So they book James Earl Jones to read a story on the show.
Oh.
And he, the day he's supposed to show up, he says, I'm sorry, I can't do this today.
Yeah.
Like, can we do it another day? And they're like, what's wrong? Like, they thought it was something on their end, and they were like, we can't, like, whatever. And he's just like, no, I didn't have enough time to prepare. Like, I really want to make sure that I read the book. And I was just like, this is James Earl Jones. Like, I'm pretty sure you could just pick up anything and read it and sound 1,000,000 times better than literally anyone else on the planet.
Yeah.
And you are taking the correct preparation time for Reading Rainbow.
Yep.
What a legend.
He could read, like, the manual for a washing machine.
Like, read me a bread machine recipe book.
Well, we've talked about it 100 times. His version of
The Raven on The Simpsons
is better than any other version I've ever read. Only closely followed by Christopher Walken reading The Raven.
And only thirdly followed by our Halloween bonus episode where we retold The Raven.
Yeah, for modern times. Yeah. All right, that's a good one to go out on. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I only needed the.
So you really got 8 points.
Yeah.
And I got 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, well, I clinched it with that last one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I clinched
3 points for going backwards.
3 points for backwards.
For getting the question out of the answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. All right. So, yeah, little ghosties, we're hitting the ground running with our movie and TV game season. I've had fun so far, and I hope you'll join us for the rest of this season and beyond as we play some of these games.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a beautiful day, little ghosties.
Yeah.
We love you.
We love you. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Now we'd love to hear from you.
You can visit playdatepod.us to watch our videos,
access our episode library,
find out more about our brand of quality, clean comedy,
and contact us with any questions or comments.
Improvisers love audience suggestions, so make sure you visit playdatepod.us.
And the podcast you just heard was a production of Society Circus Players.
If you like what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
And finally, if life's a circus, we're the clowns!
To podcasting and beyond. Like, what was...
A little bit of Buzz Lightyear for you?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Did you hear James Earl Jones signed over the rights to his voice for Darth Vader?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to record anymore. Just use AI.
Yeah, honestly, solid dude.
Yeah.
You're at a point in your career where you can just do things that blow your hair back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what you should do. That's what you deserve.
Yeah.